Hi, this is Bronislava from HandMadeRukodelky. In this video, I will teach you how to adjust your stitches and rows to your measurements. And then watch out for another video where I will go and teach you how to knit a vest. For this example, I will use a very bulky yarn, and I already made myself a swatch. It's good if you make yourself a swatch as well. And since I was working with super bulky yarn, you could make a different swatch. You could go and make a swatch made maybe from worsted yarn. But if you really do not know how to do that just yet, learn with super bulky yarn, and then you can go and move on to a different thicknesses of your preferred yarns, okay? Here you can see that basically I have in 4 inches I have 8 stitches, and this is 16 rows, and it also measures 4 inches. Okay, 4 inches right there. Let's learn how to calculate stitches and rows for a vest that is made out of a very bulky yarn. First, make yourself a pattern diagram. Then measure yourself and fill in all the inches in your diagram. Let me mention that all these calculations are not going to be 100% accurate. They will be just approximate. 4 inches times 4 inches equals to 8 stitches times 16 rows. Then 1 inch times 1 inch equals to 2 stitches times 4 rows. So, for example, if we have a person that has hips 36 inches, then we need to divide the back and 2 fronts into 3 sections. The back is going to be 18 inches, the front is going to be 9, and another front also 9 inches. So if the back is 18 inches, then I should probably start casting on 36 stitches. But I have noticed also that my 4 inches is actually a little bit less than 8 stitches, so I will cast on 40 stitches instead of 36 stitches. Both fronts should be 9 inches wide, and which comes to 18 stitches, and I decided to cast on 20 stitches for my vest. And hopefully when I get all the way to the top and I start decreasing for my, or binding off actually, for my shoulders, it should be around 6 inches plus minus 1 inch, I would say. If it comes to length of my vest, from underarm to the bottom, I decided to knit about 50 rows, which if we divide 50 rows by 4 inches, it should be approximately between 11 and 13 inches when done, when knitted. Okay. So if the length from the shoulder to armpit is 9 inches, we know that we will need to multiply it by 4 rows. 9 inches times 4 rows is 36 rows approximately. So that's how many rows we should go and knit for our armhole. Okay, and now we will need to actually also calculate our V shape. So for our V shape or V section, we need to calculate how many stitches. Okay, we need to go and decrease. So if we will be starting on 20 stitches, and for armpit we will decrease or bind off 2 stitches, and for shoulders 12 stitches, Therefore 20 minus 2 stitches minus 12 stitches equals 6 stitches. So for the V section we will have to decrease, in this section we will have to decrease 6 stitches over 36 rows. In the V section we will be decreasing 1 stitch at a time. So every how many rows do we need to decrease 1 stitch? Every 6 rows, because 36 rows divided by 6 stitches is 6 rows. So we will decrease 1 stitch, knit 6 rows, decrease 1 stitch, knit 6 rows, and so on. Okay. And lastly, I forgot to mention the neck area. The neck area, how many stitches there will be left when we are finished with binding off our shoulders. So we are going to be left with basically 12 stitches, okay, because we will decrease 2 plus 2 stitches for the arm area. So 40 minus 4 stitches is going to be 36 stitches, and then minus 12 minus 12, so that means minus 24. 36 minus 24 is 12 stitches, and that is going to be our neck area. So as you see, you can use all these calculations for basically any yarn you want to. You just need to figure out how many stitches and how many rows in 4 inches. Then you will divide it by 4, and then you just multiply your inches by these stitches or by the rows and so on. Okay, so it's not really that difficult to do it. It's a kind of like a formula over here right now that I'm sharing with you, which I hope that you will that it will be useful for you. Okay, and don't forget to comment, don't forget to share on social media. I really appreciate that. I always say it at the end of my video. And watch out for a video how to knit a vest. And thank you very much. Thank you, and I will see you another time.